Cancers, welcome to my channel. Let's go ahead and see what the next 72 hours has in store for you. If you want to see future readings, uploads, lives, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Check out the description if you want a personal or to check out my other YouTube channels. I have a pick a card channel and also an astrology channel. But let's get into it. So first two cards we have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the World card, the Ten of Swords, and the Devil. Okay. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What does the next 72 hours have in store? So don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. What's the message for the next 72 hours? It's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. And let it go. The situation is no longer serving you. Allow me to... We got cut off, but I'm continuing. So let's look at the advice card. So first card we have is Fear. I realize that I am testing my... I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. We also have Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And last card is Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay, so let's get into this energy. So Cancers, the next 72 hours, what I'm getting here, a lot of you are going to be in a space to where you want to preserve your energy. Like you could be sick and tired of knowing the reality of how confused and emotionally draining somebody may be. And as the time goes on, you could be in a space just during this time frame where you're not really resonating with that anymore or wanting to be connected to that anymore. Especially if you've started to realize, a lot of you will start to realize actually how much of a hindrance this situation has been to you by you letting this person hold you back, especially when it comes to dating other people and meeting more eligible candidates or whatnot. So if you have been dealing with somebody who's been wasting your time, I just think that the next 72 hours, it's going to be even more apparent to you that this situation is too confusing and too emotionally overwhelming that it just doesn't make sense for you to keep entertaining it. Another thing that I'm picking up on, a lot of you could be deciding to get very serious about saving, especially saving your money if you have like certain goals like moving, relocating, maybe acting on certain ideas that you have, creative ideas, and needing the funding for it. So you could be taking your spending habits and completely doing a 180 in terms of maybe cutting back on the miscellaneous stuff that's been eating at your finances. I think that during this time frame, there could be a switch that cuts on for you as well, where you start to kind of realize what you need to do to kind of shift into this newer version of you, especially with the Ten of Swords and the Devil right next to each other. Like both of these cards in combination is like being in a depressive episode encapsulated with maybe habits that have been just very redundant. Okay, for some of you also, this could just represent more so a defeatist attitude that may have caused you to kind of stay attached to certain people who you know may have more of a sexual desire for you than what you're necessarily looking for. And for some of you, it's more so you are just looking for something sexual. But anywho, outside of that, I think that the next 72 hours is going to be very mind clearing, or I don't know if that's the word I want to use specifically, but it's going to give you a lot of mental clarity, especially when it comes to the overwhelming amount of mixed emotions you've been having over the last couple of days, or mixed energy you may have been picking up on. There could be a boss you're not too sure about, that during this time frame you could be trying to maybe work out the relationship that you guys have, especially if it's not the best for the work environment and for the sake of you keeping your job. There could just be this, trying to move past whatever the issues may be. But there still could be low key a discrepancy that this person feels under the surface, even after maybe making things up. I also see for my Cancers who have just been closed off, like closed off due to the fact that your focus just may have not been on the right things. If you haven't been exploring your creative hobbies or your many talents or your many gifts, you could be finding yourself, like I said, wanting to break through and wanting to get back in tune with those things, and finding yourself more so drawn to these things. And this could be a source of therapy. I feel like if you've been in a depressive mood or a defeatist mood, that could be shifting for the better for you. Now, when it comes to the advice, I have fear here. So this is releasing fear and moving more so into faith. Okay. Some of you have been letting fear actually be the reason why you haven't lived your best life or manifested certain things into your life, because of that one action or that one step that you could take that, could bring you to your goals or these manifestations that you may specifically want. Okay. This is also just letting go of the fear of just the future as a whole. Some of you have been just letting life be very comfortable because of the fear of failure or the fear of being wrong. We also have gratitude. So this is stepping into a space of just being happy for what you have in the current moment or the current circumstance that you're in, even though things may not be 100% perfect. Okay, we all, when I say all, we all are dealing with some area in our life that's not perfect. Stepping into a space of gratitude is what's going to help you kind of zoom out of focusing so much on just the negative. Sometimes the best thing for you to do is to kind of like switch over, not sometimes, all the time. When you're thinking negatively, it's good to also think about the positive too, so that you don't just get into this mindset of thinking that your situation is just all bad. And I also have friendship. So when it comes to the people that are around you, this is making sure that you're keeping the right company around you. If you have to question certain people's motives, then that's your sign that they just don't deserve to be around you. So that's your sign there on whether or not certain friendships are worth keeping around. Okay, also this is making sure that you are connecting with more friends. Some of you have been isolating yourself way too much, and that could be contributing to your mental health just as a whole. Now, the other messages we have, don't settle for less. So this goes back into what I was saying, making sure that you're not just settling for what is okay for right now, or not even okay, just for right now, when you could be manifesting what you truly want. So any situation where you're settling for less in a relationship, settling for less in a job, settling for less in a living situation, it's time for you to more so live in alignment with what you truly desire and not just what's accessible. We also have it's time to play. So this is again reminding you to have more fun, get out the house. Some of you are extremely single because of the fact that you don't get out of the house. You just may go to work and then straight home. So that could be a thing as well. And it could be in connection to the fact that you aren't all the way over an ex, or somebody who's not really an ex, but you have like a really weird dynamic with. But this person may be shady on all different levels. This is kind of being able to see beyond that and just let that go. But this is what I see. I hope just overall this gave you some understanding or context to your situation. If you did take something from it, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.